It's Ann with the Graceful Yogi today, and we are going to have a 60-minute yoga class today. And I brought the foam roller today, so grab your foam roller, and we are going to, let's just settle ourselves for a moment and do some nice little breaths. So let's come down to our mat. Sitting on our mat, maybe sitting on a blanket or a bolster or a pillow, whatever feels good to you. Cross your legs in front of you. I'm going to rock a little bit side to side, kind of open up my hips a little bit. And then just settle yourselves where you can close your eyes. Your pelvis is tilted a bit. Hands maybe in front of the knees, just gentle on the knees, or you can have your hands in front of you in prayer. And you just kind of close your eyes. We're going to settle ourselves for a minute here with some nice deep breaths. Inhaling to the count of 10, exhaling to the count of 10. So you want to make sure you inhale nice and slow to the count of 10 and pause a moment, and then you're going to release it and hold it, pause. All right. Now let's just think about also the top of your head reaching to the ceiling a bit. Your spine, your pelvis is tilted forward. And here we go. Let's inhale. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. Pause. And exhale. Pause. Inhale again. And exhaling. And pause. Now take your hands and place them on the bottom of your rib cage, fingertips in front. And I want you to feel when you inhale that diaphragm expanding out and then expand and then letting go as it contracts back in. So inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale. And exhale. Two more like this. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hands a moment. Place them on the knees or in front of you, wherever it feels good to you. Gently open up your eyes. And now we're just going to take our chin to our chest. Look down in between the legs at your heels, your feet. Roll the head over to the right side, to the back, over to the left, and back to center. And a nice little rotation to the right, to the back, over to the left, and center. One more, 3 on each side. And you're at center. Now go to the left, back, right, center, left, back, right, center. One more to the left, to the back, to the right, and center. And then lift the head up. Beautiful. Let's take our fingertips on top of our shoulders, elbows close in, and then draw them down, up and around. Some nice little shoulder roll, shoulder opening. We'll do about 5 or 6, and then we'll reverse this. And then here we go, lift up and around. Nice and gentle. Go for that beautiful stretch. One more. Nice. And then open up those arms, and you can kind of reach them, bend the elbows, go back and forth. Think of your arms like kelp in the ocean, just really stretching and reaching. Maybe you do a little backstroke. Maybe you do a little forward, whatever sort of feels good. As you move those arms around, you can kind of twist at the waist if that feels good. We're just sort of moving, opening up, breathing these first few minutes. Ooh, and then release a moment. And let's draw our knees together. We'll come to standing. Grab your foam roller and have it right in front of you. And we're just going to reach that arms right up in front. The palms are on either side, twist to the right. And really try to reach that left hand, push the right for a nice little stretch. Come back to center and then over to the left and back to center. Draw the belly in when you go to the right and back to center and to the left and back to center. 3 more to the right and center, to the left and center. Beautiful. Here's 2 and center, left side. Ooh, 1 more, right side and left side. Beautiful. And then foam roller down in front. I'm going to draw my hands right in front of the foam roller, come to the back of my mat, and we're going to do some nice little roll downs where we let that foam roller just roll down the front of the legs, let it roll out slightly, and then we'll roll back up. So inhale, exhale as you roll down chin to chest. The first one's always kind of tough. Let the head drop down a second. The hands are on top of the foam roller. Knees can be slightly bent. And now roll that foam roller out wherever it feels good. Just try to straighten the legs. Fingertips are on that foam roller, really reaching, lengthening the arms and the armpits. Breathing in there. You can kind of roll a little bit back and forth on your palm. Spread those fingertips. Palm is nice and connected to the foam roller. And now just roll the foam roller back to the toes with the fingertips. Roll the foam roller up the shins, rolling up 1 vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is the head. Stand up nice and tall, shoulders draw down the back. Inhale again. Exhale, roll down number 2. Let the foam roller just drop down to the mat. Pause a moment, look in between the knees, drop the head a little more. And now let that foam roller roll out with the fingertips as far as it feels good to you. And kind of roll back and forth on those palms, stretching the arms, stretching the back of the leg. Beautiful. And now slowly roll the foam roller towards your toes, up your ankles, up the shins. Press into the mat with those legs. Squeeze the glutes to come on up to standing. Beautiful. Let's do 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest. Tuck the belly back. Roll on down 1 vertebrae at a time. Just think about getting space in between those vertebrae of the back, allowing for the breath, the blood, everything to open up back there. Drop the head, reach a little further on the foam roller, wherever it feels good to you. Beautiful. Lift up those kneecaps. And now slowly roll the foam roller back to the toes. Drop the head one last time. See if you can get a nice little forward fold here. Hands on top of that foam roller. And now slowly roll up, stacking the vertebrae one at a time to standing. Woo! That feels pretty darn good. All right. Let's put the foam roller down onto the mat lengthwise. We're going to put our tailbone on the foam roller, and our entire spine will be on the foam roller. Make sure your head is on the foam roller. I'm making sure I'm kind of in the center of my mat. And my feet are connected to the mat. And I'm just going to rock side to side, rolling out either side of my vertebrae up. I always feel it up by my scapula area. And I also feel it down at my hips. You can exaggerate, meaning go all the way as far as you want to the right, and all the way to the left, whatever. It's you can explore how far you can roll back and forth on the foam roller. It just feels really yummy. And now come to pausing in the center. We're going to raise the arms up and have the shoulders kind of connected down, the palms face each other. Reach up with an inhale with the arms, and then exhale slowly. Try to squeeze the foam roller with your scapula back there, your little angel wings. Reach up, number 2. And then let those shoulders draw down and squeeze the back of that foam roller. Inhale again, 3. And then reach down. Tailbone is connected to that foam roller. You might have a little space in the lower back. Reach up for the 4th time. And then squeeze on down. Neck is nice and long. Hands come down alongside. And again, rock side to side. Kind of smoothing everything out in there. Beautiful. And now arms come back up. And now I want you to bring them to a cactus where the elbows are bent, the palms face up to the ceiling, and we're just going to close the book right in front of us. Elbows and palms touch and open up. Elbows and palms touch 2, and then open up. Elbows and palms touch 3, and open up. We're going to do 4, and here's our 3rd set, and open up. Beautiful. I can feel that in my scapula area. Okay, so from here, you're just going to take the arms back up, and I want you to have that left arm by your hip and the right arm goes nice and long. Some nice little marching with the arms. And now switch. Right hand goes towards the hip, left hand reaches above you. Lengthen, and then switch. Reach, reach, reach. And lengthen. The feet are connected to the mat. Try to have no movement on that foam roller. You're trying to stay nice and still, using your abdominals and obliques, and you continue to switch the arms. Find some cadence here. Just doing a couple more, really stretching the arms. This will be good for our downward dog, sun salutation later. Couple more here. Last one. and then arms back up to the ceiling, and then bring them down alongside of you. You're going to bring the right leg up to tabletop, left leg up to tabletop, and you're just going to balance right here. You can pick your head up a moment and see how balanced you are. Put your head back down. Make sure you're a nice little 90 degree, and I want you to tap that right toe down and draw it back up. Tap the left foot down and draw it back up. Use abdominals. Here's 2 and 2. Right side 3 and 3. Trying to stay steady on the foam roller. 4 and 4. Keep that 90 degree shape. 5 of the leg and 5. We're doing 6. And here's our last one on each side. Beautiful. And now straighten the legs to the ceiling. Can you point those toes? Flex the feet. Point the toes. And flex the feet. Point the toes. Open up the legs nice and wide. Turn the toes towards, you can flex them and then turn the toes towards the floor, if that makes sense. And now draw the heels together. Feet come back and point the toes. Open up the feet to a deep V. Flex the feet, turn them out, and now really bring those heels together. And now toes, and then point the toes nice and long. Open up the feet, turn the feet, flex them, and now heels draw together. You want to really zip up those legs, feet together, flexed, and now pointed. Open up. This is our 5th one. We're doing 6. Turn the feet out, flex them, zip up the legs, and then point those toes. Last one, open up wide, pause, turn the feet, flex them, and now zip up those legs. And point the toes, and now bend the knees and draw the knees in close to you. Make sure you're not arching the neck. And now place one foot down to the mat, the other foot down to the mat, and roll yourself back and forth on the foam roller. A lot of work in those hips, legs, abdominals. Beautiful. All right, we're going to roll off our foam roller, and I want you to pause a moment on the floor. Lengthen your body out for a second and just feel what's going on with your body on the mat. It feels to me like I'm sinking in a hole. The back side of me feels right-sided, meaning kind of worked out, and I'm not curling forward like we curl forward in life. Beautiful. All right. Let's do some, I want to kind of stay here and grab your yoga strap, wherever that may be. You have to sit up for a second, and then we're going to roll back down, and we're going to grab our yoga strap, bend that right foot, reach up, curl up to grab, put the yoga strap behind that right foot. All right, and hold it there a minute. Look at your left foot, flex the left foot, you're curled up, and then slowly when you roll down, extend that right leg to the ceiling. Nice and long with the right foot. The right foot is flexed. It's as if you can stand on that leg. Draw the yoga straps together with the left hand extending, grabbing both straps, nice and long left hand. And now right hand goes out to the side, and take that right leg and draw it over to the left. Draw it over to the left. That leg can be straight or it can be bent a little bit. We're just trying to open up, get a nice stretch, Roll that right hip, the top of the right hip, towards your left heel. You can use your hand to push that right hip a little bit more. Maybe take the right hand above the head, palm to the ceiling. Breathe into it. Inhale. Exhale. Maybe look at the toes of the right foot with your eyes. And you can kind of point the toes down to the mat and find that nice stretch in your ankle. And then straighten the foot and then bring that right foot back up to the ceiling. Grab the strap with your right hand, open to the right side. Again, hand behind the head of the left side, look up. Make sure you're nice and aligned on your mat. Opening up, turning those right toes towards the mat. Draw the right foot back up to the ceiling. And now we're going to just bend that right knee in. Hold the strap in each hand. Curl your head up, your chest up a little bit. Hold it right there. Both feet are flexed. Draw yourself up a little bit higher. And now roll yourself down. Extend that right leg up. Draw the left leg into the strap. And we're going to release the right leg down to the mat. I want you to bend the left knee. And we're going to curl up. Again, holding it up there a second. Draw that left knee in. Hands on either side of the strap. Foot is flexed. Right foot is flexed. Curling up, curling up. And now slowly roll down. Extend that left leg to the ceiling. Nice and long here. Want you to feel that femur bone kind of drop to the mat. If you open the foot a little bit to the left, draw it back to center, and now draw it over a little bit, and you can kind of feel that drop in the pelvis right into the mat here on the left side. I didn't do it on the right side, but it just feels really yummy here. All right, we're going to draw both hands. The right hand is going to go nice and long on both straps. Open up that left arm and draw that left leg over to the right. Breathing. Again, think about that left hip drawing towards the right heel. I might give it a little help here with my left hand, pushing, allowing for that hip to kind of, the waistline, get longer. I open up that left arm, trying to get that left shoulder to the mat. I might look at my left foot, give it some attention, reaching the left arm up towards my ear. Lengthening, feeling the ribs, feeling everything get long. And now gently draw that left leg back to the center. Switch hands, open up that left leg. Again, you can lift your head up. Look at where you are on the mat. Make sure everything is lined up. Put the head back down. And then if you want to look over at that left foot, turn the toes towards the floor. Go right ahead. You can play around with the ankle in there. Flexing, little pointing, little twisting. Right arm reaches away. Right leg reaches away. drawing the left leg back to the ceiling. And take both straps in both hands, bend that left knee, curl your head up, and hold it there a second. Draw that left knee in a little closer. The chest comes up a little bit more, Breathing in there. And then slowly come on down, reach that left leg to the ceiling, bring the right leg into the strap, both legs in the strap. Strap is long, elbows on the mat, neck is nice and long. Flex those feet, push the heels to the ceiling. Bend the knees in and straighten the legs up. Bend the knees in 2 and straighten the legs up. And here's 3 and straighten up. And 4 and straighten up. 2 more. 5 and straighten up. And 6 and straighten up. Beautiful. Let's release the strap away. The legs are still up there. I want you to bend them though. And can you reach inside with your forefingers and grab your big toe for a nice little happy baby rock side to side. Happy baby rock side to side. Extend the right leg nice and long. Keep the left leg bent. Pause it right there. Extend that leg. And now let's switch. Bend the right knee. Extend the left leg. Happy baby. Nice and long with the neck. Open up the leg a little more. That happy baby. And now bend the knee. And then let's release. And we've got our knees are still bent. Put your hands behind the knees. And we're going to add a little momentum to roll up. So we're going to roll the knees towards you and then roll on up. Beautiful. Balance on your butt. Balance on your butt if you can. Hold it here. Bring the legs up to tabletop. Arms extend out. Balancing here. If it feels good to straighten the legs up, go right ahead. Abdominal work, balance work. You can stay with the knees bent, or you can extend. Whatever feels good to you. Doesn't matter, your yoga class. And now bend the knees and tap those toes down. We're going to draw them behind us and come to a nice little quadruped. You guys know I love to do these big, huge hip circles, so we're going to do them today. We're in our nice little quadruped. We're going to roll the hips over to the right side and then all the way back to the heels over to the left side. Very exaggerated. Very exaggerated. Big hip circles. It takes a moment for my hips to release. And then we're going to switch and we'll do 4 to the left and roll back. Find your child's pose here. Roll. 2 more. Last one. Very nice. Let's do a couple little cat cows while we're here in a nice little quadruped. So we're going to just take the tailbone and start to curl it up. Let the belly drop down to the cow. Shoulders nice and wide. Lift the head slightly. Press the knees and the hands apart when you're in the cow. And now slowly I want you to tilt that tailbone first, lower back, mid, upper back, drop the head down. Look in between the knees, tops of the feet press onto the mat. Slowly curl that tailbone to the cow. Press the hands and knees apart if you would like to. Add some strengthening in there. And now slowly curl the tailbone to the black cat. Reach, reach, reach. 2 more. Here we go to the cow. Press apart if that feels good. And now slowly to the black cat. Coming to a nice neutral spine here. Curl those toes under. Lift the knees off the mat. Shift back into your little bear pose. Little bear pose. Your toes are connected, heels off, and now straighten the legs and you're up on your high heels. You're up on your high heels. Here would be a good time to grab your blocks if you want to. Put them underneath your hands. In your downward dog, your heels are still off the mat. Slowly bring the right heel down. Left one is up with the knee bent. Reach back with the chest to the right knee. Reach back, adjust your arms wherever you need to be on your mat. It's okay. And now slowly release, left heel down, right heel off the mat. Nice long stretch, chest going towards that left knee. And now just pedal on your own, back and forth, whatever feels good to you. Maybe you grab your little blocks. We're going to do some basics, kind of pigeon. You'll do maybe triangle, warrior, a couple things like that. Ooh, I know I want to do a runner stretch also. All right, so let's do that first. So we're going to raise the right foot, toes point down. Just raise the leg. Doesn't have to go way up to the ceiling. You're just lifting the leg off the mat, toes point down. Draw the right knee into the chest, step forward in between those hands. Runner stretch. And this is where I might grab my yoga blocks. I need a little bit of height here. Yep, I'm going to go to the low level. As I end my runner stretch, that right knee is bent, the left leg is nice and long. I'm looking beyond my mat. I'm looking beyond my mat. I'm finding that nice runner stretch. Press the right foot into the mat. Let's do a gentle twist. Left hand down, right arm, twist to the right. Lengthen, breathe. Gentle twist. Reach that right arm long behind you. Look, and then reach the arm back up. Bring the right hand back down to the block, and let's lower the left leg down to the mat and then raise the arms up. Nice little warrior, kneeling warrior. Reach, hinge the hip forward a little bit and then release it back. Hinge forward 2. And push into that right leg as you release back. Hinge 3 and release. Nice psoas, reach again. And then arms come down to the blocks if you're using your blocks. Curl the left toes under. Bring the left leg off. And now let's reach that right leg to a pigeon. Right knee, right wrist. Open up that left leg nice and long. I'm in my nice little pigeon here. I'm a wiggler. I like to wiggle a bit in my poses. So, just whatever feels good to you. And then if you want to, come on down to your forearms. Pause a moment there. Either put your forehead on a block or put it on the mat. Pause a moment. Lengthen that left leg and feel really comfortable in opening up that right hip. I'm opening up my right knee also. Got a little twingy stuff in the right knee lately. Hoping that'll somehow go away a little bit. I think sometimes we get these little
stickiness in our joints as we age. Got to drink more water. Use your breath. Relax. Relax. Maybe my forehead comes all the way down. And then release, come on back up, hands on the mat, curl the left toes under and reach that right leg back to the left into your nice little downward dog. Again, whatever feels good to you, bicycle pedal, pause. In your downward dog, we're going to do a nice little Vinasana here where we're going to inhale to that beautiful little plank pose. Exhale down to the push-up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's do that series on the left side. Lifting the left foot off the mat, toes point down. Toes point down, chest draws towards the right knee. Hold it there, a couple more seconds. See if you can have even weight on all 3 points. Foot and 2 hands. Draw the left knee into the chest. Hold it there. And now step forward in between the hands. Here's where I'm going to grab my yoga blocks. Nice little runner stretch. On my left foot, lengthening my head, looking beyond the mat. Finding that nice, beautiful stretch here. Let's do a gentle twist. Right palm to the mat, left arm reaches up. Gentle twist, sit your butt down a little bit. Pressure in that right or left foot. Reach that left arm away and look at it. You can kind of bend your head to look at that left arm reaching behind you nice and long. And then when you reach it back up, press that left foot into the mat. Press the left foot into the mat. We're using our glutes. Bring the left hand back down to the mat. And now gently just bring that right knee down to the mat. Uncurl the toes or keep them curled, whatever. And you're going to reach up into a warrior, kneeling warrior, arms up to the ceiling. Drop those shoulders down. Don't inch them up. And now just hinge a little forward with the hips and then press back. Hinge forward 2 and press back with that left foot. Hinge forward 3 and press back. We're doing 4. Hinge forward 4 and press back. I want to do one thing. Hands behind the head, clasp the fingertips, pull the head up slightly and reach the chest up to the ceiling. This is balance work also here. My head is supported. I'm pulling it up a little bit. My chest is reaching up. And then release, hands back up to the ceiling and then bring them down. And we are going to curl the toes under and back to the runner stretch. And now here's where we lift that left foot off the mat and bring the left knee to the left wrist. Pigeon on the left side. Pigeon on the left side. Find your pigeon. You can stay up. You can come down to your forearms. You can put your head on the mat. Whatever feels good to you. Sometimes people want to bend that right knee, grab the foot. We didn't do it on the other side, but it's okay. We'll get to that. We'll do a quadricep stretch on our bellies, a gentle quadricep stretch. I'm going to come down to my forearms and then make a nice little pillow with my hands to put my forehead on the mat. Right leg is extended. Nice little pigeon here. Breathe into it. Pausing a moment, enjoying the stretch. I'm talking to my left hip to open up more. And gently release. Come back to hands on the mat. Curl the right toes under and lift the hips back into downward dog. Pedal, pedal, shake it out, breathe into it. Beautiful. All right, let's do a chaturanga. Inhale to the plank pose. Exhale, bending those elbows. Come down to the mat. Inhale, upward dog. There's lots of modifications in doing Shavasana. Knees come down, whatever you feel like you can do for a plank, a push-up, an upward dog, a downward dog. You're just, nothing is what it is in terms of the perfect Shavasana or perfect, okay, I lost my words, but that's okay. Vanasana, nothing is perfect. Roll those shoulders outward. We're still in downward dog. Looking in between the knees. Now, I had to correct a few people lately where everybody's in their shoulders and their wrists. So I want you to take an inch or two and draw those palms closer to your feet and really feel what it feels like to be on your heels. I want the weight of your butt towards those heels, out of your shoulders, out of your wrists. And, you know, your downward dog looks a little closer, like the letter A, as opposed to a huge sloping, like big smile or something. You want it to be back on the heels so that you can easily roll those shoulders out. Beautiful. And now slowly bring the knees down to the mat. Your first child's pose. Open the knees wide, slide back with the hips. Draw the arms forward and place the head on the block or on your mat. Let the belly drop down or pull the belly in as you push the hips back to the heels. You want to see if you can get your hips onto the heels. Hips, I should say hamstrings more like. Walk the hands towards your knees as you roll up. I want you to bring your knees together. Come back down into child's pose with knees together. See if you can grab the hands behind and grab your feet. And I want you to kind of rub the arch of your foot with your fingers. Squeeze your heels with your hands if you can. Take a couple breaths in here. Kind of give your feet a little bit of pressure points with the fingers. And now slowly we're going to come up. Back to downward dog. Walk the hands and feet together in the center. Grab your block and you're going to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is the head. Come to standing, grab your block. We're going to do a nice little triangle pose. Kind of want to do a balancing pose, a tree pose also today. All right, we'll start off with going to the right.
So I'm going to step my right foot forward. The left foot comes back behind me. I'm going to find a wide stance here. Okay, kind of jiggle around in your warrior two here. And then arms go nice and long into a T. Straighten both legs, reach with that right arm as far as it can go. Put the block on the outside of the foot. I have it on the tallest part, and then I'm just going to kind of let my right hand be gentle on the block, reaching the left arm up. Maybe I'm looking up there. Maybe I go up to my fingertips on my block, turning my thighs outward. Turn the thighs outward. Breathing into it. You look up, you can look forward, you can look down at your body, see what's going on. Both feet are nice and pressing into the mat. Bend the left elbow. Put that hand at the small of your back. Can you look up and twist a little bit more? Twist, open up that shoulder a little bit. You're twisting on the T12. Really twisting, breathing. And now come on back. Extend that arm back up. And now reach that left arm over. Reach it, reach it. And now slowly you're going to bring your torso up. Right arm comes up. You're in a V. You're holding it there. You're reaching V, 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 V. And then come on up and open and then release the legs. Shake those legs out a little bit. You're going to grab your block again because we have to do that on the left side. Left foot points forward, right foot points parallel. So I'm kind of bending at my knees to get this nice wide stance. My block is in the left hand, arms in a nice little T. And then I reach like on a piece of glass until I can't anymore. Bring the block down and gently find your triangle. Find the triangle, lengthen the legs. Again, try to twist those thighs outward. It's kind of a weird concept, but it's what you kind of want to do with those legs is get them to contract and turn slightly in the pelvis. And we're going to bend that right arm and place it behind the back, the palm, and twist and look. Twist and look, twist and look. Push the feet into the mat. Be strong in the legs. Release the arm back up. Whew. Just want to hang here another second or two before we do that V, because it just kind of feels good. I'm feeling this stretch along the right side of me that I need another 1/4 of an inch there. And now I'm going to reach that right arm nice and long, maybe at a little bit of an angle. Some people like to go straight over the ear. I like to go at a little bit of an angle. And now I'm going to lift my torso, bring that left arm up. Reach, 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 lengthen my legs. My hips are pushing back. And now I'm going to straighten myself back up and open up. And goodness gracious, release. Whew. Goodness, that's some good work here. Shake it out. All right, let us do, I do have this really fun abdominal thing that we're going to do with the roller, but let's do a tree pose. I'm going to put the timer on for 1 minute. We got plenty of time. Timer for 1 minute on our tree pose. And we'll be standing on the right foot, lifting the left leg up. So you kind of want to find your focal point in front of you, wherever that may be. on the floor with your eyes. Balance on that right leg, lift the left leg, put it in between wherever that goes, okay? Could be on the floor, could be all the way up, wherever it feels comfortable to you, okay? And here we go, begin. 1 minute. Take your time. And release. Shake it out. Shake it out. Swear to God, 90% of the tree pose is staying with your mind concentrating. My mind wandered at like, oh my God, I'm doing so well in my tree, and then I fell over. Okay, so now we're gonna be on our left leg. So I gotta concentrate and stop thinking about something else. And here we go, ready? And begin. You're on your left leg, raising the right. And release, release, release. Woo. For some reason, it seemed longer on that left side. Shake out your feet. Oh my God, I'm glad we got that in today. I'm very happy about that. All right, let's go down to our mat and let's do this fun little abdominal workout. Also, it's going to be some pelvis alignment, and then we'll be on the mat for Shavasana, okay? So bring your foam roller, and the way this is gonna work, you're gonna lay down on your mat, or actually first, we'll do the left leg first. So you're gonna have the foam roller on top of that left foot. I want you to roll down, lifting the left foot up for a second, draw it down, and now put that right heel on top of the foam roller and bring it down. Okay? So see my position right here? I've got the left leg down to the floor, the right leg is on top, and I'm holding the foam roller. Now here's the kind of rub of this exercise. I want the pelvis to stay long, your lower spine to stay long in this exercise, so the arms will come up to the ceiling. You're gonna draw the legs up, okay? So I want you to look at the foot, and you're gonna inhale, exhale, roll up. Look at the bottom foot. Hold it there. Lengthen those legs. Be nice and strong. Curl up a little bit more, and then you're going to come down. The leg comes down, the arms come up. That's one. We're doing 4 on each side. We don't have a lot of time, so we'll do 4 on each side.
So the first thing you do is you start to lift the legs and you roll up. Hold it there and then roll back down. But I want you to make sure that your pelvis stays nice and long. Inhale, exhale, start to curl up, bring the legs up, hold it there, reach the arms, and then roll back down. Last one, inhale, exhale, start to curl up, lift the legs up, pelvis is long, reach the arms a little more, lift the legs a little more, and then draw back down. Woo, beautiful. All right, we're going to switch. So right leg comes down, put the foam roller on the top of the right foot, flex the foot, put the foam roller, the left heel on top of that, and then straighten the legs out. All right. So I want you to touch your hips and sort of push them down so that when you're doing this, you've got this long lower back here. Arms come up to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, you start to curl up, lift the legs, and then reach with the arms, lift the legs a little more, and then start to come down, arms and legs. That's one. Inhale. Exhale, roll up two. Reach, lengthen, and come back down. Beautiful. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, roll up three. And come back down. Last one, everybody. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. And then come back down. Beautiful. Release the foam roller. Put the foam roller behind your head, right at the neck. Woo! We're at the end of class. I love it. It went by so fast. I just have my knees bent and I'm just going to kind of do some nice little windshield wipers, the feet on the edge of the mat, and let your knees drop to either side, little windshield wipers. I have my head underneath the foam roller. You don't have to do that, but I like it. And then I come back to center and then extend the legs out, and I'm going to roll my head to the right. Look down the foam roller with your eyes. Look up and then look towards the heel of your foot. Letting the foam roller your head is massaging on the foam roller. Look back down the center and then roll your head to center, pausing. Roll it over to the left. Look down. You can extend that left arm. Look up, chin down, chin up, chin down, and then look at the foam roller. Come back to center. Lift the head, release the foam roller, lay flat on your mat, palms to the ceiling, pausing a moment here in Shavasana. Taking some nice breaths, kind of revisiting the beginning of class. Our intention was to open up, breathe, some yoga, some core work. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale again. And exhale. Start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, reach the arms above the head in a nice little starfish position. Reach away, broad, big. And then rolling to your side, pausing with the knees and the elbows bent. Press yourself up into seated position. Maybe have the opposite legs crossed from where you were in the start of the class. Sitting up nice and tall. I feel like I just gained 1/4 inch in my spine. Hands right in front of you or on your knees, whatever your choice is. Bow your heads in gratitude for the practice today, for coming to class. You deserve gold stars for showing up for yourself, for your yoga, for your body, for your breath, for your mental well-being. Namaste. Thank you so much.